Hey guys, what's up? Michael here. We're gonna do a little video on the car. So yeah, I haven't done a video on this car in a while. As you may be able to tell, the car's actually in the garage right now. Last time I made a video, this car was kept outside, and I've had this car garaged for about 6 months now, and it's really nice because it stays a lot cleaner than sitting outside. So a lot of changes have been done to this car. I'm going to kind of go over them and tell you how the car's been running. I currently have 76,000 miles on the car, almost at 77, and I haven't had many major issues with it, and I have done a lot of modifications to it since the last video. I've had a lot of life changes going on, a lot of life stuff, which is the main reason why I have not been doing videos on this car. And I'm just going to go over some of the modifications I've been doing. Today is the actual 4th of July, so if you're watching this on the 4th, happy 4th of July. And just pulling out of the garage here, but yeah, so I'm going to go over some of the things I've been doing to this car recently. So this car, I've had this car for almost 3 years now, I'd say. I think it's been about 3 years. And I got this car completely stock. And I made a video on this car a little while after I got it, some of the modifications I did. The last video I did on this car, I had wheels, I had my rear wing, and I had lowering springs. And I think that was about it, just some other basic stuff. I had the window relay kit on here. However, since then, and I will put a picture in this video so you guys can see, but since then, I have actually done front lip, side skirts, and the rear diffuser. I have done it the OEM Tuix kit. It's Tuix. It's actually like a Hyundai OEM kit that is manufactured for these cars, for these body styles. And I got it through Hyundai directly through a dealership. I got a really good deal on it. I started off with the front lip, and then I did the side skirts, and then recently I did the rear diffuser. I installed all of it by myself, so that's pretty much all the work that's been done to this car. I've done it by myself, so I don't know, I prefer doing things myself. It gives you kind of a sense of accomplishment. But yeah, so I've done that. I also, back in December, I purchased new headlights and taillights. Are actually aftermarket LED headlights and tails. They have LED DRL for the headlights, and then the rears are LED, kind of like BMW M style taillights. And I'm really happy with them. They make the car look so good. And then in the headlights themselves, I'm running aux beam LED headlights, which are actually very bright. If I remember correctly, I want to say it's a 50 watt kit, but they only draw a very low amount of power, so they're very power efficient, and they don't put off as much as heat as HIDs do. And I've been really happy with those. They have a nice blue tint to them, and never had any issues with them, never flickered. They are canvas, so they don't, you don't have to worry about air codes or anything like that. Like I said, they've been running really good. So what else have I done? Let's see, I got the front, I got the whole body kit basically, and this video might be just me rambling on about my car, but I got the whole body kit. I also, I don't know if you can actually tell in the video or not, but I do have window guards now, rain visors on the side windows. They're JDM / Mugen style rain guards. They were like 35 bucks. They were cheap, and honestly, I've had so many compliments on them. They look so good. It gives the car, I mean, for a cheap modification, honestly, if you guys are looking for something cheap to do to make your car look different on the exterior, definitely do those, because they really do enhance the looks of the car on the outside. So I've done those. The biggest modification I have yet to do to this car is coilovers. So the car currently sits on the Eibach Pro Kit Sport Springs, or Eibach Pro Kit springs. They give the car about a 2-inch drop all around. I personally really like how the car sits. The back sits a little high for me. I would like to sit a little lower. But as of recent, I've noticed I'm running these on the stock struts. So as of recently, I have noticed that my stock struts are getting pretty loud in the front, and I think what's happening is that they're just starting to, I don't think they're completely blown yet because the car's not bouncy. It still rides good. But I am noticing the stock struts are getting pretty loud. So I think, what the heck are these people doing? So I love when people cut other people off just so they can brake hard. That's great. But the car doesn't ride bad, but I am noticing they are getting a little loud. So I ordered a set of coilovers recently for this car. They are actually being built. They are BC Racing coilovers. Those are the coils that I've been looking at this car since I've got this car. My goal was to put this car on coilovers, but at the time I didn't really have the funds, or I didn't want to spend the money on on putting them on. But so I ordered coilovers. Now I didn't get the normal BC Racing coilovers. I got the extreme low coilovers. They are basically a modified version. They're still made by BC. They're just BC customizes them. They basically give them a lower shock body, so the car is dropped automatically more with those springs, or with those coilovers. So you can actually get a lot larger drop than the normal ones, because with the normal ones, I want to say it's about a 2 to 3 inch drop. With these, depending on the setup in the car, they say about 2 to 5 inch drop. So I'm not obviously going 5 inches lower than factory height because the car would be useless. However, it's going to allow me to drop the rear quite a bit, because a lot of the issues I've seen with these coilovers on these cars is that you have to remove the locking rings or whatnot in the rear to actually get the rear to sit really low. Because I know a lot of guys with like the D2s and all that, they have a hard time getting the rear to sit pretty flush in the rear. So I did order those. I'm hoping the car will ride nice. I obviously, am aware that the car is going to ride a lot stiffer than on these springs, because these springs actually, although this car handles pretty well right now, it corners well, it still has a little body roll, and I do want to get rid of that body roll. So I'm hoping, well, I know that'll get rid of the body roll, and I think the car's going to be like really tight and nimble. So but other things that I've done, I've gotten interior Husky liner floor mats for the car. Those are nice. I like those. It's able to keep the interior a lot cleaner. This is factory OEM leather, seats all around, black leather. And on the steering wheel, I don't know if you can see it in the video, you probably can't, but on the steering wheel, I have the OEM leather steering wheel, which was replaced by Hyundai because every single one of these cars had issues with the leather peeling on the steering wheel. And what I actually did is the second steering wheel I went through started peeling again. So I basically got one of those stitch-on covers for the car that basically what it does is it covers up the OEM leather, and you just stitch on. This car, like I said, for about 3 years now, and I pretty much started modifying it the day I got it. I mean, modifying, I guess you consider like plastic it, something of those sorts. I mean, I lowered this car, I want to say, I can't even remember, I want to say it was like probably like a year after I got it. So it's been lowered for about 2 years now. I'm gonna try and do a U-turn. Hopefully this Lexus does. Oops, nope, no, that's not gonna happen. Should be good now. But I did lower this car pretty quickly after I got it. So the car's been lowered. I've done a decent amount of stuff to it. I have not done any engine work because there really isn't any performance modifications that you can do to these cars. So I haven't really done any performance modifications per se. So just basic like handling modifications. But how is the car held up? Well, I will say this. I've put personally about 46,000 miles on this car. I purchased this car with about 30,000 on it, or 33, somewhere around there. So the car didn't have too many miles when I bought it, but I bought this car used. It was in really good shape. It was a certified pre-owned Hyundai, but it was in really good shape when I bought it, and I really haven't had anything break on me. I haven't had anything crack. Like, the leather is still in really good condition. The seats, they feel really nice still. I think these are actual leather seats. I believe they're just probably a lower grade of leather, but they're still in really good shape. No cracks on the dash, no cracks in plastics. The only rattles I really have is with, like, when I have basic music on. But other than that, like, the car is holding up very well at 76,000 miles. So I am still really happy with that. The only issue I've had with the interior, like I said, was the steering wheel. And these steering wheels, literally on every limited Hyundai, Elantra, and probably other Hyundais and Kias, the leather peeled on these. I don't know what it is. It's just really cheap fake leather probably that they used on these. Hyundai tried giving me an excuse saying that it was caused from me wearing lotion on my hands, which I never wear lotion, so that was a bullshit excuse, and there's a cop. Yeah, so they tried blaming it on that, but they did end up replacing it, and it just did it again. So there's that. So if you have an issue with a peeling leather steering wheel, I either recommend getting an aftermarket steering wheel or just putting a leather wrap on it like I did, because the leather wrap honestly feels so much better than the leather ever did on the steering wheel. So, and it honestly makes the steering wheel feel like a little bulkier, so I like that too. But as far as maintenance, the only basic maintenance I've done to this really is oil changes. I was going to do a transmission flush or transmission fluid change, however I was told by the dealership and a Hyundai service mechanic that I do not need to do a transmission fluid change until 100 to 120,000 miles. So they basically said, the dealership told me they wouldn't even do it until then, which I thought was insane. But they said it's not needed, so I'm not going to do it then. But yeah, I've just done the oil changes. I am getting ready. I'm going to be doing a brake fluid flush soon. I'm going to have to bleed the brakes and all of that. I want to get that done. I also want to change my serpentine belt, which I have not done, because that was actually supposed to be done at like 60,000, so a little bit late on that, but the belt still looks really good. I think they changed it when I bought the car, which was at like 33,000 miles, so in reality I probably don't need to change it, but it's an $18 part, so why not? Tires, done tires. I put two set. The tires I have on here right now, the General. I am still running the General Ultimax RT43s. This is my second set of them. I went through the first set pretty quickly, and I think it was due specifically because I don't know if it's because the car's lowered or what it is, but I did go through that first set fairly quick. Like, they only lasted about 22,000 miles, so they didn't last very long. But they're fairly cheap. They're about $400 for the set. And honestly, they're really nice riding tires for the car being lowered. 45 series tire with a tad stretch. As you can tell, the car rides really nice. It tracks straight, and it rides really smooth. So I can't really complain. I'm definitely gonna have to get it. The car was aligned a couple months ago when I got the new tires on it, but I'm definitely gonna have to get alignment after I put the coilovers on, just because probably when I put the coils on, that's gonna throw everything out of whack. People are driving like idiots today. But yeah, I'll have to do that. So what else have I done to the car? Really not much. One of the things I did is I did fully paint correct the car about a year or so ago. So I fully paint corrected the car, so the car works actually really good right now. And then on top of that, back in November, I have a couple coats of Chemical Guys Blacklight on here, which is a paint sealant. And then I also have Sonax polymer neck shield on top of that. And man, does it really shine when this car is cleaned. Right now it's semi-dirty. I did a photo shoot yesterday. I had to go through some dirt. But when this car is clean, even when it's dirty, this thing shines. It really just, I have the paint code that I have is S2R, which is considered by Hyundai tomato red. And this car, when I went looking at cars, I wasn't specifically looking for this color, but this was, damn dogs, but this was the color they had this car in, and the guy was like, hey, this is a limited. So he said, hey, this is a limited, it comes in this color, this is it, this is what we have. And I like red, but the red on this car, I don't know what it is, but the reflection that it gives to you when this car is properly detailed and is taken care of, it's insane. Like, it really does give a really nice reflection. Oh my god, people today, I almost hate driving this car with these people. People just cut you off and just don't care at all. But the reflection that this car gives when it's properly being detailed, properly detailed, it has a nice coat of really good wax or sealant on it. It really is rewarding, because it almost, it is almost mirror. And I'll put a video that I took a while back when I did this, and I'll just show you. And the car still looks like that to this day. Keep my radar detector a little bit. But yeah. And there's Slam Genesis Coupe up here. Should catch up to him. But yeah, I love this color. It's a really nice color. One issue I have had, and I've seen a lot of other launches with this, around the trunk area on these cars where the cracks are, where basically the body lines are, where the trunk meets up with the actual body panels. The paint's actually like chipping there. And I've seen a 2016 with the same exact issue. So I don't know if it's just a problem with this car where they didn't spray paint it well enough, but I do have that issue. So that kind of sucks, and I don't know how I'm going to fix that in the future, because it kind of looks like shit. But you can't tell unless you're up close to the car, and even then you might not even notice if you're not told. But yeah, I think that's just a Hyundai issue for them spraying the car really. They probably sprayed it pretty shitty in that area. So, but other than that, the cars treat me really well. I'm really happy with the car. I enjoy it. It's fun to drive. It's slow as shit, but it's fun to drive. And I am about to get out of here because all these damn cars. But yeah, overall, I've been happy with it. I hope you guys enjoyed this video. If you guys have any questions, I definitely will be doing an update video. I feel like definitely will be doing an update video in a while though. Thanks for watching, guys.